Hi there, and welcome to A&P with Dr. O. Let's take a look at the respiratory system using our synthetic cadaver. I will go ahead and pull aside the abdominal and pectoral muscles, and then that way we can see the thoracic cavity here. Here we have the sternum, here we have the ribs. And if we pull open the thoracic cavity, then we can see that pericardial cavity, which houses the heart. And then we've got our pleural cavities on either side here. And those are going to house the lungs. Just inferior to that thoracic cavity is the diaphragm. So we can see the diaphragm here. And remember, the diaphragm is that main muscle for breathing, for inhalation. It's going to expand the thoracic cavity. So we can see that really nicely in the synthetic cadaver. I'm going to go ahead and take the lungs out, and then that way we can see the lobes and the fissures. So here we have the right lung, and if we look at the right lung, we have a superior lobe, a middle lobe, and an inferior lobe. And then we have fissures separating these lobes. So this would be the horizontal fissure, and then this here would be the oblique fissure. If we look at the left lung, we just have the two lobes, superior lobe and inferior lobe, and we just have this one oblique fissure here. We can also go ahead and take a look at the larynx. So if I go ahead and I'm under the chin now, here we can see the hyoid bone, which supports the tongue. And then just inferior to that, we can see the larynx here. What really stands out are the thyroid cartilages, and then inferior to that are going to be the cricoid cartilages. Again, thyroid cartilage, cricoid cartilage. And then inferior to the larynx, we are going to have the trachea. So here we have the trachea. I'm going to try to pull it up as much as possible. And we can even see the C-shaped tracheal cartilages or tracheal rings. And then if we follow the trachea down, we get to this first branch, and that is known as the primary bronchus. And we can see that going into the lung. So again, here's the trachea with those tracheal cartilages. And then this very first branch is the primary bronchus, or primary bronchi for plural. And then this is how we're branching now from the trachea into each of the lungs.